From the WYLN studios in Hazleton, Pennsylvania, WYLN Evening Edition at 5:30 starts right now.
Good evening. It's Wednesday, January 20th, 2016. I'm Ann Gownley. A man's body was found in the Humboldt Industrial Park last night, and police are calling it a homicide. WYLN's Gary Perna has more.
Luzerne County Deputy Coroner Jeff Stock said the man's body was found at around 9:30 along North Park Drive by a volunteer firefighter looking for illegal dumping. The body has not yet been identified. It is of a Hispanic male in his mid-20s, according to the deputy coroner. Pennsylvania State Police say they are treating this case as a homicide. While investigating the homicide, police learned about an arson car fire in the city of Hazleton about 8 p.m. last night on the Club 40 road. A gas can was found next to the vehicle. At the time, authorities believe that the fire was intentionally set. The burnt vehicle is believed to be a Ford Explorer. State police then learned that the man who was found dead in Hazel Township was driving that vehicle that was burned out earlier in the day. Deputy Coroner Jeff Stock said foul play is being suspected. An autopsy is scheduled but has not been done yet. The investigation continues, and the Pennsylvania State Police are being assisted by the Hazleton Police and the Luzerne County District Attorney's Office, along with the County Coroner's Office. If you know anything or have any information about the two incidents that seem to be one, you're being asked to call the Pennsylvania State Police at Hazleton at 570-459-3890. Reporting for WYLN News, I'm Gary Perna.
Melissa Rutch, a West Penn Township police officer in Orwigsburg, walked out of a district magistrate's office before her preliminary hearing could even begin. Rutch is now suspended from the police department and is charged with 4 misdemeanors for allegedly lying about being assaulted on the job. According to Rutch, she was attacked by a man on Route 309 near Tamaqua after pulling him over. State and local police began searching for the man who allegedly attacked her. Rutch gave a detailed description of the Hispanic man who she said attacked her and said his name was Jose Cruz Mendez. Investigators eventually concluded that she made up the entire story. Prosecutors say they have a strong case against Rutch with evidence that PSP collected through witnesses and expert reports. No date for that trial has been set. A Paterson, New Jersey man is facing charges including allegedly assaulting a woman in Hazleton last July. 22-year-old Andy Costello was charged with kidnapping, aggravated assault, and related counts. A warrant had been issued for him in November. Arrest papers state that the woman told police she was walking near North Pine and East Green Streets when she was approached by a man in a Pontiac who asked her for a trick. She said no, and he got angry. Shortly thereafter, the woman saw that same Pontiac, headlights off, coming at her. The driver tried to grab her but missed, grabbed her by the neck and dragged her about 5 feet. She was able to get away from him but later blacked out. She said she sustained cuts and bruises. She sought medical treatment at Lehigh Valley Hospital Hazleton a few days later but left before any diagnosis. Arrest papers state that the victim was afraid to contact police because of her own court matters, but police say they were told of the assault in October. Costello was arraigned last Sunday by District Judge Joseph Zola, who set bail at $50,000. Unable to post it, he's in county prison. 3 people were charged with fraud today involving free slot play at Mohegan Sun Casino at Pocono Downs. Former Vice President of Player Development Robert Pellegrini, beverage server Rochelle Paz-Luzzi, and player Mark Heltzer allegedly played over $487,000 in fraudulent slot play. According to reports, the players' cards and PIN numbers were duplicated. They would then add fraudulent free play in excess of the players' allotted amounts. Heltzel downloaded the excess amounts and cashed in the winnings, which they would split amongst themselves. All 3 await an arraignment before Magisterial District Judge. Sugarloaf Township Police released photos of 3 suspects involved in a retail theft at a local supermarket. Police say the 3 suspects seen in this photo were involved in the theft on Tuesday at Gould Supermarket. The suspects were on scene leaving in a gray Chevy Cavalier. If you have any information, you are asked to call police in Sugarloaf Township at 570-788-5339, or you can message them on their Facebook page. We now know the man who was hit by a car and killed in the Cross Valley Tuesday morning. County Coroner Bill Listman's office identified him as 31-year-old Joseph Paul Boyko, whose last known address was in West Pittston. He was hit near the Plains River Street exit while trying to cross the road. No charges have been filed and an autopsy has not been scheduled. Hazleton City Council approved a contract for a parking app to be used in the city. Residents and visitors to Hazleton will soon be able to use Pango Parking app to pay for meters in the city. The idea was first brought up last year, but was voted down. This time it passed 5-0. Mayor Jeff Cassatt said you can still put quarters in the meters, but if you are tied up in a meeting or doctor's office, you don't have to worry about getting a ticket. You simply pay from your phone. Also at last night's meeting, council questioned the new mayor on why they haven't seen any of his administrative appointees come before council. Cassatt said that he is waiting for a budget to be in place before placing them on the agenda, and he says he'll have them on by February. Council also took action on appointing people to a number of boards. Council voted to put John Piletsky on the zoning board, but it was voted down by Kevin Shatter by a vote of 2-3. Council may call a special budget meeting next week, but one has not been scheduled as of this evening. Pennsylvania's prison population decreased last night. The Wolf administration said it dropped by 842. The prison population now stands at about 49,400. It peaked at about 51,000 a few years ago. Corrections Secretary John Wetzel said the reforms he's introduced are reducing the number of offenders in prison and diverting parole violators to less expensive local centers known as halfway houses. Well, it's time now for a first look at our forecast. The expected snowstorm is just days away, but what can we really expect? Gary Perna is in for Chief Meteorologist Joe Garbaczyk tonight and is in the Weather Center with all the details. Gary?
Past 24 hours, sorry about that. In the past 24 hours, temperatures are starting to dive across the nation, and currently they're staying cold. And this line is exactly which line the storm is going to follow when it comes here. When will it come to our neck of the woods? Well, right now, all reports are showing it's going to come early Saturday morning. So late Friday night, early Saturday morning. We'll break down the storm for you and what we can expect in our area coming up in just a couple of minutes. Ann?
Thanks, Gary. Coming up next, my sit-down interview with MMI Preparatory's head of school, Tom Hood, on his resignation. That and much more coming up here on WYLN. Stay tuned.
You're watching WYLN News with Ann Gownley, Gary Perna, Julie Stefanovich, Paula Degnan, Chief Videographer Mike Lula, Weather with meteorologist Joe Garbaczyk, Sports with Eric DeBerardinis and Gabriella Justin.
Grand Central helps make your place the place where comfort is king and style rules the day. The place where dinner time is family time and bedtime is beautiful. Right now on all furniture and bedding, the price on the floor is the price to your door. No tax, no delivery, no inflated prices, no kidding. Plus up to 36 months interest-free financing. Grand Central, helping make your place home.
Hi, I'm Donna Palermo, Secretary of Palermo Heart to Heart. We are now recruiting businesses, nonprofits, and individuals to carry beads of courage to encourage children or teens who have cancer or who are coping with other serious chronic illnesses to participate in the program. Inside each Carry a Bead kit is a matched bead set. Every time you carry a bead, you connect with the child. You keep and collect the other bead as a symbol of your commitment to care. If you or your business would like to participate in Beads of Courage, please visit our website listed on the screen.
After 10 years with MMI Preparatory School in Freeland, 8 of those as head of school, Tom Hood is stepping down and heading down south to head another school in Memphis, Tennessee. His last official day with the school is June 30th of this year. Today, I had the opportunity to speak with him about his resignation and his new position down south. Tell me a little bit about your decision to leave MMI after all these years and head down south.
Well, it was obviously a bittersweet decision. I've been at the school for 10 years, and I'd say both Mary Lee and I feel they were the 10 greatest years of our lives. So we really loved it here. But we felt like we had a calling to lead a Catholic school, and we had been researching that for about 6 or 7 months. And this opportunity was brought to my attention in Memphis, and we just kind of walked down the path, and before we knew it, we found out that it was a good fit for both Mary Lee and I and for the school we're going to.
10 years you've been here at MMI. Yeah. I'm sure there are some wonderful memories. What is one thing that really sticks out in your mind when you think of MMI?
Well, it's the people. I mean, MMI is all about the people, and as I've been here, fortunately or unfortunately, we've had a lot of turnover because we had a lot of veteran faculty and staff that elected to retire. And so not only did I get to meet and work with them, but I've gotten to meet and work with a new group of people, and the passion of the people here. It's a great, passionate place, but it's also a fun place to come to work, and we all want to go to a fun place to go to work every day.
With all the years that you've been here and the students that have gone on to higher education and some of the best colleges and universities, what would you say is your biggest accomplishment being here for 10 years and those years you've served as the head of the school?
Well, again, you're trying to make me take credit for the accomplishments of the school when it's really the faculty and staff that did everything. So I get to be here and observe their accomplishments. But our enrollment is stronger than it's ever been, which I think shows the caliber of education here, the caliber of people here, and the demand and desire people have for an independent college preparatory education.
What will you miss the most?
We love the people. From day one when we arrived, we're not from this area originally, but the people of the greater Hazleton area and Freeland made us feel welcome. They took us into their hearts, and so we love the people. I'm going to miss skiing because I hear there's no skiing in Memphis, Tennessee.
What would you like to say finally to the students that you've seen graduate, to the students that just started and the ones that are seniors, and to the faculty?
So to all three of those groups, the message is the same, and the message is that I love them. They've enriched my lives. They've enriched the life. They've enriched the life of my wife, Mary Lee. We're incredibly proud of them, and everything that we've done while we're here has been with the idea of helping them to get better. And that's really what I wish for them, is that they continue to grow mentally as they grow physically.
And your wife also works here, and
She does.
I covered a few stories with her, especially the garden that she loves so much.
Yeah.
What is her thoughts on leaving and heading down to Memphis?
Well, we've moved before. Being a career military guy, we've moved before. So this is we treat this as the next great adventure in our life. But she's going to miss it too. And I think she's going to be missed as much, if not more, than I am. The kids that are in her science class love her, and she's done so many great things with our garden program and bringing science to life for our students.
Tell us about the school that you're heading to.
So the school I'm going to, St. Agnes Academy, St. Dominic School, is a Catholic independent school. So like MMI, it's an independent school managed by a board of directors, but it's a Catholic school that educates girls in pre-K through 12 and boys in pre-K through 7th grade. And we're excited. There's about 830 students at the school, and so we think it's going to be a real neat opportunity for us.
Is there anything else that you'd like to say to the staff here that you work with each and every day here in the office, and anyone out in the community that you've helped? The students I know are involved in so many activities with the school. What would you like to say to them?
Well, my final words would just be thank you. It's been a great time here at MMI. It was a tougher decision than I think people will ever realize, and we're certainly going to miss MMI and Freeland and Hazleton. It's a great place to be.
Coming up next, Gary Perna is back with a full look at our forecast. Plus, a local business is looking at bringing more arts to the downtown. Stay tuned. More news is headed your way, including sports, here on WYLN.
Combined Insurance makes it easy to protect you and your loved ones by paying cash directly to you when you need it most. Whether you're looking for accident and sickness, disability, or life coverage, Combined Insurance has a policy to meet your needs and fit your budget. Call John Ravello, 570-499-0504 for an appointment to help determine the best coverage for you. That's John Ravello, 570-499-0504.
Volunteer Income Tax Assistance is a program that allows dedicated volunteers to receive functional training from the IRS beginning in December through mid-January to help prepare basic tax returns in communities across the country. No previous experience or knowledge of taxes is required. You'll get specialized training, or you can choose a volunteer role that doesn't require tax law certification. The hours are flexible, the training is free and convenient, and the time commitment is up to you. VITA sites are also conveniently located at community and neighborhood centers, libraries, schools, or additional locations. How can you make a difference? Simple. Help your community in preparing taxes free of charge by becoming a volunteer with the Volunteer Income Tax Assistance Program. Learning to prepare taxes is a way to give back to the community and gain a valuable skill set. And it is a great resume builder. Interested or want to learn more? Contact Diane Connolly or King Ajay Frimpong. Volunteering, putting your best foot forward.
All right, currently outside 29 in Avoca, up at the airport, 25 at Mount Pocono, 31 out in Williamsport. And as we are preparing for this winter storm to move through our area, I can say all the hype that's been building up around it, it was a little much because we're not really going to get an extreme amount of snow as it looks right now with this storm moving through. However, there is a storm watch, a winter storm watch in effect for Schuylkill County and the counties below it, Lebanon, Dauphin, and such like that. But it's really the only place in our viewing area that we're worrying and we're watching right now with advisories. Live look right now, there's some blurps out there on the radar. A lot of this is not making it to the ground. Earlier today when I was watching it, there was this huge blurb over Schuylkill County and Hazleton. Nothing was coming down outside, so a lot of this isn't even making it to the ground. 23 degrees right now outside our W Island studios. The wind chill's not really playing a factor. It's saying at 23. Wind coming out of the north at 4 miles per hour. This is the past 6 hours. This is what I was talking about. This is all kind of stuff that's going on in the atmosphere up above us. Nothing reaching the ground down here. So, you know, I guess it's the way the atmosphere warming up for the snowfall headed through our area soon. But this is what we're looking at. This is the next 48 hours, and this takes us into Friday. And you see this little bit of accumulation come through our area, not dumping anything down. But as we get Friday morning, into Friday afternoon, nothing really coming into our area. It stops at 6 p.m. Friday. It's 48 hours from where we are now, in which our computer models predict, and it's only starting to show some starting to come in over Ohio and pushing through the area. We are not expecting to see snow here in the greater Hazleton area until very early Saturday morning, like 1 a.m. We can start seeing some flakes fall according to the newest models that we are watching. Again, this is the next 48 hours. These are some stuff coming through our area on Thursday. Likelihood it's not going to reach the ground. It's not going to hit our area. This big storm that we've been talking about is still going to dump some snow in our area. Right now it looks like maybe 5 to 8 inches of snow on Saturday, and it's going to be a continuous snowfall on Saturday. Tonight, however, you're heading out. Temperature is in the teens. There is that chance you may see a snow flurry moving through the area, but nothing major. Tomorrow, Thursday, again, nothing major. High temperatures only reaching 30 in Wilkes-Barre, 25 in Mount Pocono. Hazleton's going to come in at 26. Temperatures of the area not going to play a big factor as well. Your 7-day forecast. So we're going to look at Friday. We're going to start with Friday. Mostly cloudy skies during the morning hours. It's going to become, cold throughout the afternoon into the evening. Not much of a chance of any snow. However, on Saturday, we're going to see an 80% chance of snow. They're very good odds. We're only going to see about maybe 3 to 5 inches of snow. Saturday, that's going to continue Saturday, early part of Sunday morning is when we can probably still see some flurries out there. We will, of course, keep you updated with more as we get a lot closer. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
If you haven't found the perfect fishing getaway, you haven't been to Captain's Cove. Located on Henderson Harbor in upstate New York, Captain's Cove offers a variety of accommodations to please just about anyone. The motel, also located on the harbor, offers a magnificent view. Enjoy free morning coffee, air-conditioned rooms, cable TV, and HBO. The cottage can accommodate up to 8 people with 3 bedrooms, a complete kitchen, washer, dryer, 2 full baths, air conditioning, and outside grill and picnic table. Call us today for rates and information at 1-800-824-FISH.
WILN TV 35, first in live sports. Join Marty Burns, Joe DeMelfi, and the entire WILN sports team as we bring you the best in live local sports. WILN TV 35, the event, not just the highlights.
Hi, I'm Bill Washko. Join me for Let's Talk Chiropractic when our guest, Rick Ryder, professional wrestler, will be on with Dr. Stacy and Dr. John. Only on WILN TV 35.
The Hazleton Philharmonic Society has teamed up with one local business to offer violin training. Our Julie Stefanovic has more.
Fabergé Follies Dance and Tumble in downtown Hazleton has been known for its dance instruction. Now, the business is offering violin lessons for people of all ages. The idea stemmed from owner Miss Fabergé, who always wanted to learn the violin.
And I came upon it quite naturally and by accident. I simply wanted to study the violin. And Bobby Lagana from the Philharmonic referred me to Miss Eleanor Popso, began my violin lessons. It was fantastic. Eleanor was such a great teacher that I really wanted to share this.
Eleanor Popso has taught students classical instruments for decades and is thrilled to be working with inspiring young musicians once again.
These children, since I've had them the beginning, they are so wonderful and they're so respectful. And I just love teaching them here.
Mackenzie Young Court School did not offer string instrument lessons, so she decided to come to Fabergé.
And I think the string instrument is a beautiful instrument to play, so I was really excited when Fabergé Follies offered the violin, and Eleanor is great. She's the best teacher ever. She's so nice, and I love her.
We also spoke with other eager students.
I thought it was important to be involved in violin lessons because there's a wonderful teacher, and I'm doing this with my friends.
I've been in Fabergé Follies for 7 years, and when I saw the opportunity to do the violin, I thought it would be a great instrument to start off with, and I would love to do it with my friends.
Ever since I was 2 years old, I always wanted to play violin. And my mom looked everywhere, but she couldn't find violin. So she asked me if I wanted to play piano, and I said okay. So I started playing piano. And I really wanted to play violin.
Teresa Itali is one of the youngest students in her class.
I was looking for a bit of a different instrument than drums. So I looked into Fabergé Follies because I also take dance here on Mondays. So that kind of helped me.
Diane DiLorenzo's daughter studied ballet for 13 years at the school, and now Diane has decided to enroll in violin lessons.
And now I have the opportunity to take an adult class and learn violin. I just always loved the sound of the violin, and I just want to expand who I am and learn new things.
In Hazleton, for WILN News, I'm Julie Stefanovic.
Thanks, Julie. Coming up next, Eric DeVardinis is in with sports here on WILN. Plus, Gary will have one final look at our forecast. Stay tuned.
WILN TV 35 has strong ties to the community, as evident in its commitment to important causes like the American Cancer Society and Helping Hand Society telethons. WILN's commitment to northeastern Pennsylvania continues with a broadcast of Hazleton's Funfest Parade and both the Christmas and St. Patrick's Day parades in Wilkes-Barre. In the summer, we broadcast to Weatherly and Giants of Spare Hill Flag, and throughout the year, we provide important community services through the broadcast of town meetings, school board meetings, election night coverage, and other events. WILN, we're your local network.
WYLN is proud to announce a huge technical upgrade to our channels that will bring a better digital picture and expanded coverage area to viewers all over northeastern and central Pennsylvania. In addition to Channel 35.1 in Hazleton, you can watch a crystal clear picture in Berwick and Columbia County on Channel 47.1 and in East Stroudsburg on Channel 24.1. And we're proud to announce Pennsylvania's newest TV station, Channel 9.1 in Williamsport, serving Lycoming, Montour, Northumberland, and Union counties. Now more than ever, WYLN is your local network.
High school basketball with the day off across the area, but that gives us a chance to look back on some great Tuesday night highlights. Hazleton unbeaten in league play, traveling to take on Coughlin. The Cougars were all over the boards early and often, just a short sequence from this long possession, a few misses, but relentless pursuit, and finally Josh Samek connects. The Crusaders' first points would come down 8-0 from mid-range and Nick Sarup, but then, so my brother and I get excited if we touch the net. The Planutis brothers are able to climb a bit higher. Jeffrey with a one-handed slam, and that's followed up from Big Bro Bobby with a two-hand jam. The Jump Bros lift off, and Hazleton 71-35 winners over Coughlin. Next up, Holy Redeemer hosting Wyoming Seminary. Up 25-11 at the half, and add to it, find John Carr, and he'll finish for you. And then how about this next move from Zach Brennan? Spin cycle for Brennan, and gets 2 points out of it. And then we see John Carr getting the job done yet again, as we so often do. Redeemer 52-39 winners over the Blue Knights. And lastly, WYLN's live game of the week featuring Wyoming Valley West at Crestwood. Comets quick surge to start. Mendel Foreman with a putback. Then Robbie Hopkins straight to the cup. And then you'll see Josh Malkemes knocking down the J to put Crestwood up 8-zip. Spartans forced to take the timeout, but Comets emerge as 68-58 winners. Tomorrow we're back at it with another live broadcast, this time girls basketball. On Thursday, WYLN will be at McGeehan Gymnasium as Hazleton hosts Berwick. The Lady Cougars haven't lost at home this season and are 11-2 overall, while the Lady Bulldogs started 6-1 but are just 2-5 over their last 7 games. Tune in tomorrow at 7:30 for girls basketball live on WYLN. Weekly power rankings now as we examine the top local 7 in high school hoops, starting on the boys' side. Myers with a big win last night over Nanticoke, bumping the Trojans out of the rankings and sliding the Mohawks in. Blue Mountain battled before ultimately losing to our number 1. Crestwood steadily improving. Shenandoah and Minersville remain in the lead in their respective Schuylkill League divisions. Hazleton great on offense and getting there on defense, and Pottsville unbeaten and seemingly immovable from the top spot. We transition to the girls' top 7, consisting of Marion at number 7, Holy Redeemer at 6, Pittston enters and slotted at number 5, Nanticoke channeling some memories from the Trojanet State Championship team of 25 years ago. Hazleton lacks size, but not much else. Blue Mountain will end up providing a threat to our number 1, but it's Minersville still perfect, and they still seem poised for a state run. Tonight on Late Edition Sports, we'll have college basketball highlights, but next, Gary Perna is in with a final look at the forecast. Stay tuned.
I'm Tiffany Cloud, host of The Storm. This week, I'll be joined by State Representative David Millard of the 109th District, and he's going to walk us through a comprehensive timeline of how we got, where we got, as related to the Pennsylvania state budget. It's a show you don't want to miss, so tune in this week on The Storm, only on WYLN 35.
All right, we take a look at the 7-day forecast. Thursday, Friday night looking bad. We're going to see the snow start to come into our area Saturday morning, roughly about 1 o'clock in the morning. Right now the computers are telling us. And we're going to see snow all day Saturday. Looks like it's going to taper off Saturday night according to some of the models, but we'll of course keep you updated as we get through Thursday and Friday, but we're going to look and see probably no more than 8 inches at the max right now for our area is what we're predicting according to the latest model. So,
right. And that's something that I guess we've been sort of, I guess you could
right.
say, used to in our area for the winter season. So it's not going to be that 36 or 4 feet of snow.
Yeah, nothing ridiculous.
It's not 18 inches. I hear you on that one. But if you are planning on heading out, just be careful. I'm sure the roads will be rough.